Coming up next, county supervisors fall short in their effort to advance a gun violence prevention study.
The debate over smart streetlights and police surveillance, we're hearing community concerns about privacy.
The Metro Arson Strike Team is still looking for the person who set a fire at the Toby Wells YMCA.
Having a heart at Rady Children's Hospital, how they're using gaming technology to help save lives.
Everything pickleball, all day, every day. We take you inside the hub, San Diego.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now. Activists, including the parents of a Parkland mass shooting victim, are speaking in San Diego today as part of a nationwide tour bringing attention to gun violence. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The tour stop comes on the same day the San Diego County Board of Supervisors released the final version of its Gun Violence Community Needs Assessment. CBS 8's Jesse Pagan is here with how the board moved on that report and what was said at that tour stop. Jesse.
Carla, Marcella, the San Diego County Board of Supervisors ultimately did not advance the study or the recommendations in it, deadlocking in a 2-2 vote. Around the same time, the bus turned activist vehicle rolled in front of the County Administration Center with the parents of gun violent victims in tow.
With their message spelled out on the side, the school bus carrying activists with Guac's Magical Tour rolled into San Diego.
We officially crossed the country last night.
The cross-country tour is named after Manuel Oliver's son, Joaquin, affectionately nicknamed Guac. Joaquin is one of the 17 killed in the Parkland, Florida mass shooting in 2018.
We're trying to just show awareness. I've been traveling from one state to the other, beautiful places, different weathers, different scenes, but the same people suffering from gun violence.
Manuel and his wife Patricia are in San Diego as the County Board of Supervisors took up the final version of their Gun Violence Community Needs Assessment. According to the study, there were 1,310 gun deaths in San Diego County from 2017 to 2022. Of those, 70.9% were from suicide, 28.9% from homicide, and the rest deemed accidental or undetermined. The board's vote deadlocked, failing to formally approve the report and its recommendations moving forward for now.
Something that I'm looking forward to is having youth voices at the table.
Leah Nepomuceno just graduated from Scripps Ranch High School and has served with several groups as an activist for criminal justice reform and gun violence prevention. She says the community input aspect of the study stood out the most to her.
When we have youth voices at the table, they bring a very unique perspective. From there, offering those perspectives is really the way that I believe we can cultivate meaningful, innovative solutions.
In the end, those innovative solutions are what people like Manuel are hoping come out of their efforts.
There's a lot of us out there ready to start fighting and ready to get our honoring our loved ones so no one else has to go through this.
Board Chair Nora Vargas and Vice Chair Tara Lawson-Remer voted to advance the report, while Supervisors Joel Anderson and Jim Desmond did not. In statements, Anderson and Desmond say they need to focus on the root issues of gun violence, with Desmond saying the report's recommendations don't do enough to address mental health. As far as the tour, they will have a ceremony tomorrow morning at Swami's Beach in Encinitas and will be at Comic-Con Thursday to present in a panel. Marcella?
Thanks, Jesse. A heat wave is fueling brush fires around the county tonight. Fire crews were able to quickly stop the spread of a 3.5-acre brush fire in Valley Center this afternoon. This one started near the intersection of Cooser Canyon Road and Lilac Road. No structures were damaged, and we still don't know what caused that fire.
Meantime, a downed power line is blamed for a 2-acre brush fire in Tierra Santa. This started just before 1 this afternoon. It forced the westbound lanes of Claremont Mesa Boulevard to be shut down for a short time between Antigua Boulevard and the 15. Firefighters say some nearby homes were threatened, but none were damaged in the end. The fire was under control by 2:30 this afternoon.
Glad to see those fire crews making quick work of those fires, especially in this extreme heat, making for real high fire risks.
Yeah, one of the key components for fire risks. Fortunately, we did not have all of them today. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis in here early with a first look at your microclimate forecast. As far as those fire dangers, we step outside, we don't feel the big winds right now, thank goodness.
Thank goodness is right. We have not had the trifecta. That's been the one thing. We've been dealing with dry conditions. We've had a lack of significant rainfall since March. March 21st is the last time we saw more than an inch of rainfall in our county. But we have had the heat and thankfully not talking about wind-driven fires, and so firefighters have been able to tackle them rather quickly. Now, we still had the heat for today, talking about those 90s across inland areas. 95 degrees was the high today for Escondido. 98 degrees where one of those fires was, and that is for Valley Center. Also talking about the 90s for El Cajon as well as for Ramona, and you had 113 degrees today as a high for Borrego Springs. Still talking about dry conditions across the desert, no surprise there, but we also have some dry conditions we're seeing with relative humidity values around the 30s, and that's for Ramona as well as for Alpine. As we hit the forecast, shallow marine layer is going to keep those clouds right along the coast. Mild conditions for the coast. Inland heat wave still going strong, and possible monsoonal moisture by early next week. All those details are coming up. Carlo, Marcella.
Thanks, Carlene. The Toby Wells YMCA in Kearney Mesa is back open for business after a suspected arson and vandalism over the weekend that caused $250,000 in damage.
And the search continues tonight for the people responsible. As CBS 8's David Goffredson reports, more than 300 children attend summer camp at the nonprofit facility.
Soccer and summer camp are back up and running at the Toby Wells YMCA in Kearney Mesa, just a few days after a suspected arson fire destroyed one end of the outdoor soccer arena. The vandals also overturned shade structures in the YMCA park.
All of these car canopies, which are pretty massive, were all upside down, turned over.
Toby Wells director Carrie Logan says the majority of the damage was from fires set at the south end of the soccer arena. It melted the acrylic sideboards and destroyed the AstroTurf, which now has to be replaced on the entire field.
And so all the concrete here was bubbling. We had to scrape it down. We used to have a water fountain there that was also damaged and leaking water that we had to remove, broke pipes.
Investigators think the fire was intentionally set Friday around 11 p.m. Contractors and employees worked on repairs so that 350 children could still attend summer camp this week.
It was a huge team effort. We had contractors, vendors, and our whole team rallied and worked tirelessly over the weekend because we were determined to get back and overcome evil and bring on all the quality programming we do for our community.
Because the fire is suspected arson, the fire department's Metro Arson Strike Team is investigating. A spokesperson said they have no surveillance video to release to the public, even though several neighboring buildings may have cameras. No suspect descriptions were available.
You know, we get minor vandalism here and there from kids, you know, a little graffiti, just typical stuff that any organization gets, but nothing like this.
If you have any information about the fire, call San Diego Police or the San Diego Fire Department.
Goodness will overcome. So we're going to fight and get back for our community, and we want to make sure our kids know that this is a safe place.
The total amount of damages to the YMCA, including replacing the AstroTurf, is about $250,000. Hopefully insurance will cover most of that, but if you'd like to make a donation, we've posted a link at CBS8.com. In Kearney Mesa, David Goffredson, CBS 8.
Thank you, David. The San Diego City Council's planned review of the city's use of surveillance tools is being pushed back 3 years. Under the policy, the council was supposed to review the use of technology like streetlight cameras and license plate readers, and that review was due at the end of this month. If the city had kept that deadline, then many of those tools would have been shut down, meaning police would not have been able to use them. So today, council members unanimously voted to extend the deadline to 3 years from now. That means the review won't happen until 2026.
And the San Diego City Council's Public Safety Committee will be discussing smart streetlight cameras tomorrow.
CBS 8's Brian White is live in Encanto, working for you, where some people are concerned about protecting their privacy. Brian.
Yeah, I'm on Imperial Avenue here in Encanto, where a couple of these smart streetlight cameras will be installed if this plan is eventually approved by the full city council. Now, I spoke with people in the community here about their privacy concerns, and then I brought those issues up to police so they could address those concerns.
Putting them on every other street pole around here in our community, and all they want to do is record violence and try to apprehend people later, and we're trying to stop violence before it happens.
Michael White Jr. and his colleagues at the nonprofit Pillars of the Community are against any proposal to put up more cameras here in Encanto.
It's just an invasion of privacy. You tracking my every movement, where does the data go? It's just so much uncertainty in it. So we do not feel safe and we do not want them here.
The San Diego police will be presenting a proposal Wednesday for 500 new streetlight cameras and automated license plate readers. Total cost $4 million. And they say these cameras won't be monitored in real time.
We'll be looking at these after the fact, after a significant crime. Think homicide, carjacking, rape, missing child, missing elder person, so that we can take action and make sure that we're going after exactly the right people to find exactly the right vehicle or person.
Captain Charles Lara with SDPD says these cameras are fixed with a wide-angle lens and cannot pan, tilt, or zoom. And the goal is to aim them at streets and sidewalks. And as far as any private areas like someone's yard or windows to a home,
we're going to digitally mask off with the technology so that no pixels, no images are formed behind that digital masking to make sure that we are in fact protecting people's rights where an actual expectation of privacy exists.
As for the license plate readers, Michael doesn't want to see those installed either.
It's another way for them to just track us and, for them to just put in your license plate and know everything about you. It's a little atrocious. I mean, I don't know. We don't trust those neither.
According to Captain Lara, this is how those readers would work.
If a stolen vehicle passes under that automated license plate reader, it's going to read the plate. At that point, we'll get a notification to our dispatch, hey, this vehicle is now in this area, which would prompt officers in the area to begin looking.
The smart streetlight cameras would be placed in locations across the city, but there is a higher concentration of them south of Interstate 8. SDPD says they've been prioritized in higher crime areas.
No, I don't think it'll help at all. I think they need to do preventive measures. They don't sit here and need to watch us like some top lions at the zoo that came from China and is about to give birth.
Now the Public Safety Committee will be considering these smart streetlight cameras tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the 12th floor of City Hall. And of course, there will be opportunity for public comment.
Thanks, Brian. Now, if this plan does move forward, do we know exactly where police intend to install these cameras?
Yes, Marcella, we do. The city actually has a detailed map online where you can get on there and you can zoom into each specific location and look at everything in great detail. And of course, we'll have that link up on our website as well.
All right, see where those cameras will be installed right on our website. Thanks so much, Brian.
If you live in District 4 in the county and have received your ballot for the Board of Supervisors special election, you now have more choices on where you can drop it off. 29 ballot drop boxes open today. 4 people are seeking the seat left vacant by former Supervisor Nathan Fletcher, Janessa Goldbeck, Monica Montgomery Stepp, Amy Reichert, and Paul McQuigg. Early voting for the August 15th election is already underway at the Registrar of Voters in Kearney Mesa. But if you'd like to cast your ballot closer to home, we put up a list of drop box locations on the help button at CBS8.com.
Still ahead tonight, is there a rise in the number of orcas attacking boats? We verify.
And new developments tonight in the unsolved killing of rapper Tupac Shakur nearly 30 years ago.
But first, the state bill that could make magic mushrooms legal.